Hare Krishna. Welcome to Tax Guru YouTube channel. This is CA Rohan R. Pingle, practicing chartered accountant based in Mumbai. Also partner in Motilal and Associates LLP, member firm of Marks Network. Welcome to video series GST Relearn part 15. And today we are going to discuss topic refunds under GST. So let's dive into it. Let me allow to share my screen. Yes. So today's topic under video series GST Relearn is refunds under GST. Let's see what we are going to learn. First, we will understand refunds under GST, then legal provisions, categories of refunds under GST. So there are various categories. One by one, we will see it. Also, we will see practical examples, then time limits, interest, provisional refunds, procedure for filing and sanctioning of refunds, withholding and rejection of refunds, circulars and clarifications from CBIC, common errors and best practices. And at the end, we will also see conclusions and key takeaways from today's learning. So let's start. Introduction. A refund in GST signifies what? The return of excess tax, interest, or any other amount paid by taxpayer to the government. Okay, what is mean by refund is it is a return of excess tax or interest or any other amount paid by whom? Taxpayer. To whom? To the government. It ensures what? Neutrality in tax incidence and smooth flow of working capital. Okay. What are the legal provisions, statutory framework? Sections involved are section 54 to 58 of the CGST Act 2017 and rules 89 to 97A of the CGST rules 2017. And what are the forms for application? RFD 01. Then after application, acknowledgement is generated and that is known as RFD 02. And once it is approved, that is sanctioned, then that sanction order RFD 06. So three types of forms: RFD 01, that is application, RFD 02, acknowledgement, and RFD 06, sanction order. Let's move on to further categories of refunds under GST. There are 7 categories under refunds. That is one, refund of tax paid on what zero rated supplies. Then refund due to inverted duty structure. Refund of excess balance in the electronic cash ledger. Refund of tax paid by mistake, refund of taxes on deemed exports, refund on account of assessment or appeals order, and refund to foreign embassies, UN bodies, and tourists. So these are the categories of refunds under GST. Let's see once again. That is refund due to tax paid on zero rated supplies, due to inverted duty structure, excess balance in the electronic cash ledger, tax paid by mistake, taxes on deemed exports, account of assessment or appeal orders, on account of assessment or appeals order, to then refund to foreign embassies, UN bodies, and tourists. Let's move on to one by one. Refund on account of excess cash balance. Let's see directly with an example. If a taxpayer deposited rupees 5 lakh in the cash ledger but utilized only rupees 4 lakh, the balance of rupees 1 lakh can be claimed as a refund through RFD 01. Very simple to understand. If a taxpayer deposited rupees 5 lakh in the cash ledger but utilized only rupees 4 lakhs, the balance of rupees 1 lakh can be claimed as a refund through RFD 01. So conclusion from this particular provision is that this ensures what liquidity by allowing recovery of unutilized cash balances. Next, refund of excess payment of tax. For example, taxpayer mistakenly paid rupees 1,20,000 instead of rupees 1 lakh in GSTR 3B. So the excess 20,000 can be refunded after adjusting against any dues. So conclusion is avoids what hardship in genuine errors. Then refund of ITC on account of exports, that is without payment of tax. Let's say example, exporter supplies goods under LUT or bond, accumulates ITC of rupees 5 lakh due to zero rated output. Okay, there is no output, so that ITC is accumulated of rupees 5 lakh. Okay, so refund of unutilized ITC can be claimed in case of exports without payment of tax. Formula under Rule 89, Sub-Rule 4 for refund is turnover of zero rated supply. Okay, turnover of zero rated supply multiply by net ITC adjusted total turnover. Okay, so refund is equal to this formula. You can take a screenshot of it. Okay, so conclusion is promotes what exports without blocking your working capital. So the main purpose of that refund is to utilize your working capital and to avoid unnecessary blockage of your working capital. Refund of IGST paid on exports with payment of tax. We have seen without a payment of tax. Now we are moving on to IGST paid on exports with payment of tax. Let's say example, exporter pays IGST on shipping bill and files GSTR 3B. After data matching between IGATE and GST and IGST refund is auto credited. Okay, so conclusion is simplified and automated refund system for exporters. So exporter pays IGST on shipping bill and files GSTR 3B. After data matching between IGATE and GSTN, IGST refund is auto credited. Refund of ITC on account of inverted duty structure. Very, very important. Example, input GST is 18%, output GST is 12%. So refund of accumulated ITC, that is a difference of 6%, can be claimed except on block credits under section 17 subsection 5. So conclusion is reduced burden where inputs are taxed higher than outputs. There are in a practical scenario, there are number of such cases. That is, our input might be have GST of 18% and output sale or output GST maybe 12% or 6%. So that the difference of called is as an inverted duty structure, and that ITC we can claim through the refund procedure. Refund to sales units and developers. To whom refund to sales units and developers? For example, a supplier supplies goods worth rupees 10 lakhs to sales, that is zero rated. Either supplier or sales can claim refund of IGST or ITC as per Rule 89 Sub Rule 1. So conclusion is maintains what tax neutrality for sales operations, so that ITC cannot be blocked. A supplier supplies goods worth rupees 10 lakh to sales or zero rated. Either supplier or sales can claim what a refund of IGST or ITC as per Rule 89 Sub Rule 1. Refund of tax on supplies to embassies and UN bodies. Supplies made to notified categories, notified agencies are exempt. Supplier claims refund of taxes paid. So what conclusion we can draw on is facilities international commitments. So supplies made to notified agencies like embassies and UN bodies are exempt. Supplier can claim refund of taxes paid. Refund of taxes paid on deemed exports. Let's say example, supply to export oriented unit or advance authorization holder is what deemed export, correct? Supply to EOU export oriented unit or advance authorization holder is what deemed export, and refund can be claimed by supplier or recipient with declaration. So conclusion is supports what export oriented ecosystem. Next, refund arising from finalization of provisional assessment. Example, provisional assessment leads to excess tax payment, refund admissible under section 60, subsection 5. It ensures what fairness in assessment. So refund arising from finalization of provisional assessments. Provisional assessment leads to what excess tax payment. Refund is admissible under section 60, subsection 5. Refund due to wrongly collection of tax. Very important. Okay, section 77 and rule 89. Example, supply treated as interstate but latter held intrastate. So taxes paid under IGST can be refunded when CGST or SGST is correctly paid. So it avoids what double taxation due to misclassification. Many times in practical scenario it happens. Okay, so refund due to wrongly collection of tax. Supply treated as interstate but later it held as intrastate, so the taxes paid under IGST can be refunded when CGST and SGST is correctly paid. Next, refund of pre-deposit and appeal deposits. Refund of pre-deposit and appeal deposits. Pre-deposits made under section 107 subsection 6 or 112 subsection 8 are refundable once appeal is decided in favor of assessee. So conclusion is upholds what taxpayer rights during litigation. So the pre-deposit and appeals deposit can be refunded only once appeal is decided in favor of assessee. Refund of tax paid by tourist leaving India. Foreign tourist can claim refund of IGST on goods taken out of India. Okay, very important. Aligns with what international VAT or GST practices. This is a practice going all over the world. So refund of taxes paid by tourist leaving India. What foreign tourist can claim the refund of IGST on goods taken out of India. Next. Now we are moving to time limits, interest, and provisional refunds. Refund application within 2 years from the relevant date. You need to file your application of refund within 2 years from the relevant date. Okay, under section 54. Provisional refund up to 90% within 7 days for exporters. Interest at the rate of 6% or 9% for delayed beyond 60 days. Okay, we can get interest at the rate of 6%. Procedure for filing and sanctioning of refunds. File what? RFD01, that is a refund application on GST portal. Proper officer issues what? RFD02, that is acknowledgement. And after scrutiny and after that assessment, which our refund is sanctioned via RFD06. Okay, payment advice issued via RFD05. Withholding and rejection of refunds. Refund can be withheld for what? Outstanding dues, if any, ongoing investigation, if any, and non-compliance or fraudulent claim. So there are the causes or reasons when department can withhold the refund even you have filed the application. But the reason should be given. Okay, the reasons may be outstanding dues, ongoing investigation, or non-compliance or fraudulent claim. In that cases, refund can be withheld. Let's see a few of the circulars and clarifications. CBIC has issued multiple circulars clarifying refund procedures. For example, circular number 12544 2019 GST and 13505 2020 GST. You can note down these circulars and after the video you can refer these circulars. Practical examples under each head. Yes, we have covered all the examples while each under each topic head. Okay. Let's see what are the common errors and best practices. Okay. So match, we need to match GSTR1 and GSTR3B and shipping data. Avoid mismatch in HSN codes and invoice numbers so that your refund application will be processed in time and without any hazards. Okay. Use separate refund categories. Okay. Use separate refund categories. Each refund category is like seven refund categories are there, so you need to use a proper category in which your refund is covered. Maintain all supporting documents, okay, like FIRC, LUT, invoices. And so we will conclude, and our key takeaways from today's learning are: refunds ensures what neutrality and liquidity in GST. Okay, it stops the blockage of working capital. Timely filing and documentations are crucial to get the refund in time. Circulars and automated systems are easy the compliance. Exporters and seized benefits the most from streamlined refunds, and continuous reforms are refining refund efficiency. So that's it for today. We will meet soon in next part, next video series. Stay tuned to the Tax Guru YouTube channel. If you are not yet subscribed, then please do subscribe for latest updates. And also go through the video series going on, like What Law Says, where we discuss various case laws reported to ITT and High Court under income tax, and also the second video series, What Law Says on GST, where GST case laws are covered, reported to High Court. So stay tuned. Happy learning. If you have any suggestions, observations, queries, then do let me know by commenting below the video if you want. Okay. So stay tuned. Bye bye. Take care. Hare Krishna.